How does that make you feel?
Content.
What?
Content.
Intense?
Content.
Content.
Can you understand what?
Do you give content?
Content?
Content.
You don't give content, you feel it.
You what?
Thank God you're not on interviews.
Well, you heard it here. Thank God I'm not on interview. Dom Cotroneo. Cotroneo. Dominic Cotroneo. Dominic Cotroneo.
Patron with a C.
Cotrone. Tell you anything.
Test, test, test. 1, 2. Dominic Cotroneo.
Microphone check. 1.
One, two. Lucas Felbel. Check 1, 2. I can hear.
Off right now.
I can hear him. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Welcome into Oceanside Ice Arena in Tempe, Arizona for tonight's third game of the season for the Sun Devils as they get ready to host the Westchester Golden Rams. I'm Dominic Cotroneo with Jayson Chesler to my right. It's great to have you with us on this Friday evening from Arizona. ASU still number one in the land, and they're taking on Jayson. What are you looking forward to most tonight? A bit of a change for the lineup, both in goal and in front of the guy inside net tonight.
Absolutely, Dom. You mentioned it right there. This is a very exciting sending out there tonight. A number of changes. First of all, Ryan Ostertag not available tonight, possibly for the whole weekend. Entirely new first line, and of course, Lucas Felbel between the pipes.
wins the opening face-off, and the starting defensive pairing is Gianni Mangoni and Drew Newmeyer. Sean Murphy, Ryan Belanger, and Liam Norris are the front line, and Murphy with the steal there. It's touched up by Belanger. Murphy back to Belanger. Backhand goal! 17 seconds into the game. Ryan Belanger got a beauty from Murphy, and it's already 1-0 Sun Devils.
That pair together on the second line last week, and they couldn't quite make that happen. The Division I transfer, Sean Murphy, he's so quick out there, such a crafty player, found Belanger for the easy open net backhand, just couldn't handle it, was Mike Rice. He'd been worked over to his far post, couldn't get back stick side.
For Murphy, that's his third assist. All three of his points are now on assists. Belanger, his first goal, as you mentioned, his second point. Maley, he touches it forward, and Westchester will have to go back and retreat and grab the puck. Now it enters back into the zone. Maley has it stolen. It's possessed by Cummings. He backhands it back to Maley, and now it comes back over to the right side. One-timer for Newmeyer. He misses it off the glass. Maley sends it down low. A good shove there from James Muncie of the Golden Rams. There's a big hit as well. Connor Walsh hits the ice. A good shove from Blessing. Cummings and Blessing tied up there with Zach Wilson and Muncie. Still along the boards. Down there on his knees, that's Walsh. Now it comes free to the point. Newmeyer sends one down low, and it couldn't get onto the boards. Now Mangoni tried slapping one in, he couldn't. And Blessing gets tied up. Westchester trying to look for the outlet and to get it off the boards, but Schmidt is there to sniff it out immediately. Cummings, a backhand flip into Cooney. He's got some space to skate, and he goes straight into the keeper, Rice, and dislodges the net in the process.
We saw this weekend Tommy Cooney has improved his breakaway skating, a player that we've had our eyes on since last season up here in the media booth. And another thing we saw last weekend, Tommy Cooney not afraid to take things deep against the goalie, that time going all the way and colliding with Mike Rice.
From the left circle, man falling all over the puck, and now it comes over weak to the left side. Andy Hewitt had it for a moment. Now ASU repossesses. Schmidt tried sending it over. Now it comes free. Schmidt will have to go back. He's got McGovern over to his right. Cooney has it stolen, and now he tries getting it back. He gets a face full of plexiglass from Ryan McMahon. Schmidt to McGovern, D to D. We're only 2 minutes, almost 2 minutes in. It's already 1-0 Sun Devils. A goal from Ryan Belanger, 17 seconds into the game. Burkemper holding possession now, and he'll take it up himself. The big man takes it at the red line. Mac Barton, first time we've seen him on the ice in Sun Devil maroon and gold. McGovern sends a man into the ASU bench. That was Mac Mahone again. Now from the right side, a wrister into the chest of Rice.
The line for the Sun Devils. A trio of guys really getting their first looks with this D1 team. Barton at center with Morris out wide, both freshmen. Kota Ingbar, the D2 call-up over on the other wing.
You had plenty of time to watch Kota Ingbar. What do we expect to see from him on the D1 level?
You know, we saw Kota Ingbar improve in a big way throughout the course of last year's D2 season. In the slot, bullying guys around, but what Kota Ingbar has always had is right there.
Got good centering pass there. He had a man all over him. Now sent back up the top. Levas had a bouncer go in. It's sent back to Engbar in the corner. He's in a little bit of a scrum with Tyler Whitaker. Now it comes out. Nice spin around by Jared Morris. He sends one in. Rebound chance for ASU, but Rice manages to get his glove on it.
We saw it right there. What Kota Ingbar has always had and always will have is breakaway speed. He's a legitimate pace threat out there on the ice. He will stretch a defense out if they don't keep a man on him.
Barton taking the face-off for ASU. It comes free, though. Coming all the way down, it'll be Brett Blumgren, the captain, all the way down to third defensive pairing, and a poor pass, but offside, just barely called against the Golden Rams. Coming in quickly was Jimmy McKee.
Not what the Sun Devil faithful wanted to see out of the gates for Brett Blumgren. Had a couple of difficulties passing during the opening weekend against Niagara. Coach Greg Powers said Blumgren needs to do better with his passing primarily as the captain. Not showing it there.
16:45 remaining in the first, 1-0 Sun Devils. Murphy A great pass there to Belanger, but he almost threaded the needle between two Golden Rams. It comes free to Mangoni. Mangoni has got 3 black jerseys ahead of him, and it ends up being a turnover. Handled by Zachary Wilson. He turns around for a moment. Now it comes all the way up here on the near side to Ryan Evans. Evans sends it forward, nearly high stick by Mangoni. Waiting on the whistle still, and there it is.
Chester coming off of that potentially costly Brett Blumgren turnover. Definitely something to keep your eyes on if you're a Sun Devil fan at home.
Connor Walsh with Liam Norris on the faceoff, but it's Norris who comes away with it, the lone senior on the roster right now. Newmeyer bringing it up across the ice, the blue line, and now it's tipped by Belanger, so no icing is the call. Handled down in the corner. A soft body from Adrian Case. Now from the point, a slap shot. Mangoni loose in front. Norris, he falls as well as Rice, but Walsh gets there first. And now a nice poke from John Mango coming in quickly. He's got a man to his right. The shot, what a stop by Mangoni. Sacrificing his body and deflects the puck up high out of play.
That's what Mangoni's capable of. We talk about him as an offensive puck-moving defenseman. He fired that slap shot off, but he was not overcommitted. Still able to get back, lay his body on the line, and break up a potential 2-on-1.
Another offensive zone faceoff for the Golden Rams, trailing by a goal. 17 seconds into the game, it was Ryan Belanger on a beautiful feed from Sean Murphy. Cummings will have to come in and take the faceoff. It comes free. Blessing around the boards to Cummings. He backhands it away from the attacker, and Maley will drop it. Wrister right into the glove of Rice. Just caught that like a plane catch.
Yeah, good glove it was from Rice. Schmidt moving like a forward out there, weaving through the neutral zone, handling that puck nicely, getting a good wrister off.
A full line change for the Golden Rams now. This is ASU in their third. 2-0 after their weekend against Niagara. 8-3 and 4-3 wins just a week ago. And tonight in net, it's Lucas Felbel, not Robert Levin. Here comes Westchester, a wrister. That came from John Albanese, but McGovern's body got in the way. Schmidt now. A high puck to the red line. It's knocked down. That was Bill Swall, and then it's sent back in. McGovern to Cummings. He tries getting out of the zone, and he does. It's across the red and back to Walsh. A poor pass. Schmidt handles it. Bounces it in front of the Westchester boards, and Cummings managed to get there. Now a shot from Maley, and it's just popped up into the glove of Rice.
This offensive zone faceoff could be a big chance for the Sun Devils. Part of why Westchester has looked relatively unthreatened since that 17-second goal for ASU has been their ability to control the puck in their own defensive zone.
Cooney stepping in for the faceoff, and he wins it. It's Bergkemper from the top of the circle, now towards the boards. You send it down to Eric Rivard. Now comes up to the slot. Chance for Cooney. He goes up top where Mama hides the cookies. 2-0 Sun Devils.
Defensive breakdown, the name of the game for Westchester. All eyes on the man behind the net. 4 Westchester jerseys surrounding the back part of the net. Pass leaked out front to an untouched Tommy Cooney, just hanging out in the slot. And you're very right, Dominic. Put it where Mama keeps the cookies. Top shelf. Mike Rice didn't have a prayer for that one.
Cooney, his third goal of the year. All of his points contributions have come by putting the goal on the board. Brett Blumgren gets it up ahead to Rivard, and there's a collision, and Rivard got the best of Zach Wilson.
Rivard and Blumgren with the assists.
Comes behind the crease now and through the legs of Walsh. There's a shove again from Wilson trying to get the best of Blumgren, but he's not going to win that battle 9 times out of 10. Now it's interesting here. There's a 29 on the ice for Westchester, and I don't have a 29 on either of my rosters. So number 29, we'll figure out who you are eventually. Brett Blumgren over to the far side. It's brought up by Newmeyer, stopping on a dime. Or excuse me, Levos. I'm so used to that defensive pairing. They finally get broken up. Now it's Newmeyer up top. He sends it over. A shot from Engbar, and it's covered by Rice, and a couple of shoves next to the near post.
A little bit of scrappiness at the end of that one. Still solid offensive hockey, good puck movement by the Sun Devils. Early on in this one, we saw Westchester able to stay in those passing lanes, not allow ASU to move the puck towards the center of their attacking zone. Last couple minutes, though, that's completely broken down for the Golden Rams.
2-0 Sun Devils, pushing on 7 minutes elapsed in the game. Coming around here on the near side, Adrian Case. Also waiting for it was Zach Jensen, and it comes free to the far side. And missed both guys. Mangoni gets there. It eluded Newmeyer as well as Davis. Engbar forgot something. It was the puck, and he had to go back and get it before he dumped it into the zone. Westchester trying to get a counter, and it's sniffed out by Newmeyer. Norris, he gets there first. Switches directions. And now a whistle. Got to be an interference call.
I personally missed the interference on that play. Looks like it might have happened away from the puck. Let's go to Engbar. Hey, welcome to the big leagues, kid. First time on the score sheet. Some penalty minutes for Engbar.
At 7:06 in the first, Coda Engbar 2 minutes for interference. So ASU goes on the penalty kill and barely kept in by Swall. And now it's immediately sent back out by McGovern. Davis couldn't stick it down. Over for it is Muncie. Burkemper was in pursuit. Now here comes Muncie from the far side. He gets pickpocketed again. This is Udez. He tried to start a shorthanded chance. He still has possession. Now he backhands it zone to zone. About 30 seconds elapsed on the power play. Westchester with the man advantage. A poor touch from Evans. We'll have them reset. Davis, he dumped in by Swall. Felbel leaves the crease, gives it to McGovern, who sends it all the way around. It gets ricocheted back to the center portion of the ice. Swall has got a man on him, and now a whistle.
Still solid play in the neutral zone out of Westchester these past few minutes. They are on the power play. They need to make something happen on their attack. They have prevented this ASU PK unit from leaking out, from getting those shorthanded chances we saw against Niagara. Still, something more needs to come out of this 5-on-4 chance if the Golden Rams want to compete tonight.
Murphy wins the face-off, and Blumgren manages to get it all the way behind the crease. Here comes the Golden Rams. Blumgren sniffs that out and actually kind of sends one in on goal. Rice had to come away. It wasn't anywhere near the netting. 55 seconds left in the power play. Ooh, nice deke there for Westchester and Zach Jensen. He sends it back up top to the points. Now it's again sniffed out by the penalty kill. Jared Levos goes down the ice. Whitaker gives it up for McKee. Now all the way around. Felbel touches up. A chance here for Westchester. Loose in front, and now it comes out. Escapes the zone again. 21 seconds left in it. Swall goes over. Gives it up for McKee. And again, Levos is there before it can go any farther. They haven't really even passed the dots in the offensive zone.
Absolutely nothing doing right now on this Westchester power play.
Here comes Engbar out of the penalty box. ASU is back at full strength. Westchester will come in with a counter. From the near side, a poor defense there. Coming all the way in, coast to coast, loose in front, rebound chance handled by Cummings. It hit off of Felbel's leg pads. This one bounced high. He tried to stick it. Instead, it goes wide of him. Newmeyer in pursuit. He's got Udez in front of him. Now comes outside of the circle. Sent all the way back around by Mango. A high puck. It couldn't be caught, but a whistle. Did a piece of equipment just fall from the ceilings there?
Always tough to know exactly what's going to happen regarding the ceilings here in Oceanside. Best chance of the night so far for Westchester came just after that power play ended. Potentially costly rebound given up by Lucas Felbo. Got off of his right foot blocker. Thankfully
There's
for
a
the
heck
Sun
of a
Devils,
shove
Mike
there
Cummings
for
was
Westchester. That came from Manny Villaness. Under his skate, Manny has it. He spins on a dime, but he has it stolen. Here comes ASU the other way. Burkemper. He tried getting it to Rivard. Instead, he tried dumping it, and it deflects off of Charles Case's mask. Burkemper hits the ice. Rivard comes over to clean it up. Behind the cage. Now here on the near side. While Westchester is down 2-0 early, they're definitely making their presence known with their bodies and their sticks in the form of checking. And now a steal. A backhand chance there from Albanese, but it really had nothing doing. It was thwarted by Mangoni. He's bringing it up the other way. 3-on-3, and now here comes another man for Westchester. Spinning around. Mangoni, a chance in front. Now for ASU, and they score! Goal! 3-0, Sun Devils.
Gianni Mangoni does some of the most little unique offensive things that I've ever seen out of a defenseman at this level. Yes, we've seen defensemen who can move the puck. We've seen defensemen who can fire shots off. Mangoni with a head fake back in his defensive zone, fake both defenders off, took it forward himself, and then just leaving that puck on the table. Beautiful play that you expect from a center. You expect it out of a Liam Norris. You'll get it out of Norris, but you'll get it out of Gianni Mangoni as well.
They give the goal to Eric Rivard. Assists go to Mangoni and Burkemper. Rivard, those are his first points of the season. Maley gives it up top to the point. A one-timer there, but it's thwarted by Westchester. Schmidt had the shot off. Golden Rams have Evans coming in. It's free by Blessing and gives it back to his defenseman, McGovern. 3-0 Sun Devils early. Comes free to the red line. McGovern, he'll dump it in. Maley going in on the chase. Rice comes out of the crease and will send it along its way up on the far boards. Cummings now, back up top. One-timer for Schmidt, and he just barely missed that one. Big whiff there from the freshman.
Swing and a miss from Schmidt, but even when he whiffs big. Huge windup, huge delivery on that slap shot.
That's how Mangoni scored last week. Just a big slap shot from the point, and it managed to beat the Purple Eagle goalie. From behind the net now, Cummings in a battle with Swall. Comes over to the far board. Schmidt gives it a soft tap to Cummings. Cummings, he tries to avoid a check, but it's still laid down by Jensen. Kennedy escaped there, caught by Murphy. The North Carolinian sends it back around to Liam Norris. Norris in the near corner. Tries getting a centering pass, but it is deflected away by Westchester, and another whistle. That'll be a penalty. Heading into the box will be Shane McGinty. ASU on the power play for the first time tonight.
Sun Devil power play not too fearsome on the opening weekend. Definitely something it can work on. 2 minutes for roughing for McGinty.
Schmidt up top, sends it over. McGovern back to Schmidt up top. Down low, trying to get a deflection. Norris couldn't, but he gets hit to the ice. Near side boards. From Belanger to Schmidt. Schmidt, one-timer to McGovern. It breaks a stick, loose in front. Rice gets his glove over it.
Great awareness by Mike Rice on a solid opportunity for the Sun Devils. Murphy just waiting in front of the net, not a position he's traditionally finding himself in. Murphy able to get a stick on it for the deflection. Mike Rice, though, good head movement, way to keep his eye on the puck, so to speak. Didn't let that chance by him.
Puck is cleared by the Golden Rams. 30 seconds have elapsed in the power play. ASU sets up the offense. Murphy, who he might be the fastest guy on the ice right now, and he has shown it all the way in. Belanger, a shot off the post.
Looked like a pair for Belanger. Interesting to see how this power play unit formulates. Sean Murphy playing the wing in this one, but Murphy and Norris, a pair of honestly true centers out there. Either could distribute the puck
Now
as this line changes.
He wants a chance in a part of rebound for Cooney. It's still loose, and now it's the left hand of Rice that gets there.
Fierce attack from the Sun Devils. They're not playing around this power play. They know the power play was a bit of a weak point against Niagara. They're not settling in. They're not looking for puck movement. They're going straight at Mike Rice every chance they get. Still, a minute left of this 5-on-4 advantage.
The faceoff was won by Westchester. Blessing couldn't get it, but now Cooney manages to steal. On the near half boards, up top, Newmeyer, D to D, one-timer, McGovern, a deflection chance in front for Rivard. He goes and gets it his own shot. Now comes free. Blessing. Now Cooney. Cooney tries getting in front. It pops up into the air, but it's handled by McKee. A soft touch from Mangoni. Rivard up to Newmeyer. There's a chance, and it hits off the skate. A chance and a goal. Chris Blessing. Have yourself a celebration. 4-0 already here in the first power play goal for ASU.
Absolute sound play from the Sun Devils. Good, clean puck movement. I brought it up just a moment ago, Dom. That looked like they were just going at Mike Rice's throat. This time, the Sun Devils settle down a bit more in their power play attack. Move the puck around, find a wide open slap shot for Drew Newmeyer. Good things happen when you shoot on net from the blue line. Solid ricochet found its way to Chris Blessing's stick, and he put it away.
His second goal of the season. So now Westchester go back to full strength. Mac Barding goes a pass up ahead to Engbar, but it's going to be an offside against him if he were to touch up. Cooney and Newmeyer get credit on the assists. To the neutral zone, ASU still holding possession. A backhand touch, Levas, he got the better of Muncie. Engbar stops and redirects himself, gets a centering pass, a shot there from Barden. Welcome to the Sun Devils, already got a shot on goal. Now a whistle, puck out of play.
Yeah, good connection from our two new fourth liners. Kode Engbar skates around into the near corner, draws several eyes to him. Two defenders right on him, more guys looking at him. Left Mac Barton alone just to the near post. Led to a solid chance for the new Sun Devil center.
Engbar, as you mentioned, played on the D2 team last year. He originally hails from Boulder, Colorado. And now it's handled by Westchester. A high puck headed for the ASU bench. Blumgren will get that one. As for Mac Barton, he's from Surrey, British Columbia. He last played in the British Columbian Hockey League with the Alberni Valley team. And now he finds himself on the Devils. Centering pass, Norris, a shot, rebound, handled by Levas. A shot in front, now it goes behind the net. Murphy tied up. Belanger is trying to get his stick out of there. Muncie has it stolen, and now it comes again free to Evans. Wilson has it stolen. Norris has a man streaking in. Levas decides to try to give it to Murphy instead. Schmidt enters the ice. Just under 5 minutes to play here in the first. 4-0 Sun Devils. All 4 goals by a different scorer. In the corner, it still has an escape there. Muncie and Belanger, a shove from Wilson. Walsh is there. Now Norris has it, tries finding Levas, and it will finally escape the zone. Schmidt gets there before the Golden Rams do, and both teams going to change their front line. And Schmidt recognizing it, taking it himself, he'll dump it in and let the rest be handled by the Golden Rams. Cummings up top to McGovern. A nice touch, one-timer. Blessing looking for another as he's falling. He misses just high and left. Walsh now. Try to find a man, McGinty. McGovern kept it in at the point, sends it all the way around to Maley. Maley couldn't get the pass to Blessing. Spinning around on the check. But it's handled by Cummings, a chance in front. Loose. Maley has it stolen away from him. It's a 3-on-1 advantage for ASU. Mango couldn't do it alone, and it goes into the zone. Coming in on the weak side is Whitaker, but Bellbell got there first before a good touch from McGovern. Now up ahead to Cummings. Cummings off the backhand stick of Blessing. He stops, gives himself some space. Over to the far side to Cummings again. He makes Case fall to the ice. Cummings gets a shove. There's a one-timer from Schmidt. This one misses. Blessing looking for the puck. This one is possessed now by the Golden Rams and Adrian Case, but Schmidt gets it right back for the Sun Devils. Now whistle on the way, likely for boarding. Oh, an elbowing call, excuse me.
Before the whistle, we saw a couple of cases of fantastic chemistry between Michael Cummings and Chris Blessing. These guys not really used to playing with each other so far this season. Mike Cummings, a guy you expect to see on the receiving end of big-time passes. He's got soft hands, he's got a wicked shot. We instead saw Cummings delivering a couple of precision passes to Chris Blessing. Led to some strong chances for Blessing. The Sun Devil center just couldn't quite connect on that.
At 16:48, another penalty for Westchester. This time in the box It's Adrian Case. Elbowing. ASU back on the power play. They're 1 for 1 tonight. All the way up to Schmidt. He touches it for Belanger. Back to Connor Schmidt. And Belanger again. The new guys. Northeastern transfer. Both transfers. Now a slap shot. A blocker save. Belanger is there. This one is hit off a stick and into the netting up high.
And that's the danger of sitting back the way Westchester was during that 5-on-4. Sure, you can cover most passing lanes in a solid box formation, try not to let things break down, but eventually Schmidt and Belanger, well, they lulled them to sleep. Schmidt faked the pass back to Belanger, ended up just firing one of his patented vicious slap shots, almost made a big-time play out of it.
The key is taken out of the face-off circle, and it's won by ASU nonetheless. Schmidt works the circle over to Belanger. He sends another shot. I don't know if that was a save for Rice or just went that wide. Schmidt down low now. I think that's Engbar who's tied up. No, excuse me, Murphy. Now all the way up to the high slot. A wrister from McGovern. Chance deflected in by Murphy. Another power play goal for the Sun Devils. Murphy's first goal of the year after being the one that dished them all out. 5-0.
Absolutely.
ASU in control.
We see Murphy move from that more distributing center role to an attack-oriented winger in this game on the first line. Beautiful pass from Ed McGovern. Great vision from defenseman to find Murphy waiting, lurking by the near post. Mike Rice worked his way back towards his stick side, but there was nothing he could do to react in time. Murphy was just there first.
Murphy, his first goal. McGovern gets an assist, as well as Belanger. Well, this is encouraging to see for the Sun Devils after having two really lackluster first periods last weekend. They come out here and hang a crooked number on the board fast.
And with a variety of scorers, you know, Ostertag out, it's not like he's carrying the burden here. Everybody
Newmeyer sends it into the chest. Go ahead.
Everybody getting going for the Sun Devils. Drew Newmeyer firing a solid shot on net. They're finding passing lanes, they're finding clear shots for their defensemen, and they're finding deflections for their forwards.
And they're also making it easy for Felbo. I think he's made 3 saves off head.
Absolutely. Maybe not quite the tryout game Lucas Felbel was looking for. He's not getting to face any shots.
Burkemper, a poor pass, was looking for Newmeyer. Now Westchester coming the other way. Mango dumps in all the way around, and Lucas gets there. He touches it up behind the cage. It comes back up top to the point. Wilson falls to the ice. He can barely keep his balance. And ASU on the counter. They got a 2-on-1. They give it to Burkemper. It's just him and Rice. Goes for the 5-hole, and it's a save by Westchester. Now it comes over to Rivard. Cooney tried keeping it. It's kicked around by the Golden Rams, and it comes free. Advantage ASU here. It's dumped in by Muncie. Coming in on the near side boards, it's Mac Mahone. But ASU repossesses Newmeyer with 80 seconds left in the period. Swall will kiss it off the scorer's table and now go back behind the cage. Morris was there, and as well a good shove that time from Barden. Stays inside of the zone. A missed chance there for Mac Mahone. Here comes Morris, keeping it himself. Backhand chance. What a save by Rice. He's on his back. And another shot from Barden. It was thwarted as well. And another whistle.
Beautiful skating by Morris, finding an opportunity there. But Mike Rice, hey, sometimes a hot goalie will beat some fancy skating. Gets himself in position, handles the shot from Morris, and the rebound by Kota Ingbar from his back. Good break, finally going the way of Westchester. They will, however, fall down to the PK. 5-on-4, Sun Devil power play.
It'll be Swall, a slashing call. So while ASU has had a different goal scorer in all 5 of the pucks, all 3 penalties for Westchester have been different offenses. Another power play for the last 45 seconds of the period in front. Belanger, and it finally creaked its way in. It's another goal. Brian Belanger, his second of the night. 6-0 Sun Devils.
Again, the Sun Devils, they're not messing around on the power play attack tonight. I said it earlier, they do not like the result of their power play stats after that Niagara series. Not the weekend they were looking for on the 5-on-4. This time again, seconds into the power play, they look for Belanger, they look for the hot hand. That puck overpowering Mike Rice. He got a little body on it, but not enough to stop it. That puck just trickled in.
Norris gets another assist, as well as Sean Murphy, and now a whistle will be against ASU.
Yeah, maybe there's just something about the Sun Devil top line, Dominic. Completely different first line tonight, other than Liam Norris. This time Norris with Murphy and Belanger. Last weekend we saw Norris with Ostertag and Blessing. Huge weekend from the first line last weekend. Already a huge start for the first line tonight.
So for the final 37 seconds in this period, it'll be a man advantage for Westchester. It's Levos in the box on a kneeing call. It's brought in and cleared down. That puck came about eye level with us up here in the press box. Cleared down by Mangoni. .11 seconds left in the period. Muncie couldn't keep it, nor could Levens, and it comes free. That's probably going to kill off the rest of this period. Westchester just letting it run out. Swall with the possession, and that ends things here in the first period. Well, a complete opposite, a complete 180 from last weekend's first periods. Combined between those two, it was 1 goal for ASU. They even allowed one last weekend. But now tonight, 6-0 after the first 20 minutes. Even without Ryan Ostertag. What was going right for the Sun Devils there, Jayson?
You know, this is the dominance that you expect out of the number 1 team in the country, Dominic. Everything was going right for the Sun Devils in that first period. The most interesting factor going right in my mind was the interaction between Sean Murphy and Liam Norris on the first line. 2 guys who were pretty much natural distributors. We saw Murphy do a bit more waiting for deflections, finding his own shot than he normally does as a center. And we saw things flow beautifully on that first line. A pair of big-time distributors led to 2 goals for Ryan Belanger, their line mate.
Well, 6-0. 2 of them, like you said, for Belanger. Other goal scorers are Tommy Cooney, Eric Rivard, Chris Blessing, and Sean Murphy. The longest drought between goals was 5 minutes and 10 seconds. That's what happens when you get 6 goals in a span of 20 minutes. But we're getting ready to take a break here on Cronkite Sports broadcast of ASU hockey before we send it over to our intermission crew. Thanks for watching the first period. Stay with us here on CronkiteSports.com. From our partner Jayson Chesler, I'm Dominic Cotroneo. We'll see you on the other side of the break. sidesteps us out of the way of McGinty, and now the puck comes down around the corner on the half boards. Levos trying to get down there, but Westchester comes away with it. Murphy trying to steal it back. Blessing has it, goes far side. Nobody's there, though. Picked up now by Swall. He sends it into the zone. Bellbell escapes the crease. McMahon tried to get there first. Belanger now. A floating puck down past the red line, backhanded by Muncy. Norris trying to get it to Murphy. A stick is on the ice. That one, again, belonging to Muncy, excuse me. Belanger off, Cummings on. Goes over to the far side. McMahon has it stolen again. Cummings backhands it down low to Norris. He gets shoved by Case. But Norris comes away with it, the assistant captain. Back to Murphy. Murphy tied up for a moment there with the referee. Still hanging on to it. Now from the dot. Great stick handling there to the high slot. It comes free for a moment. Levos keeps it in the zone. Cummings still keeps it in as well, but now Adrian Case is there.
Lengthy Sun Devil possession, but that's still the pace of game where Westchester has found the most success in this one. They've been able to keep things difficult for the Sun Devils in their defensive zone, stop ASU from getting central.
A blocker save from the shot of Whitaker. Now a chance in front, but 4 white jerseys swarm, and now here they come on an on-man rush. Cummings, he has Blessing with him. Cummings over to the slot, a chance there. Connor Maley had sticks collide. Now Cummings sends one in down low, rebound for Blessing, he scores! 9-0 Sun Devils.
I can talk about it all I want, and I'm still not satisfied. Michael Cummings just has a wicked shot out there. Stick low, found the puck on a rebound, a difficult rebound off of Mike Rice, able to just drift into some open space, find himself a shooting angle, set up the goal for the Sun Devils. Michael Cummings is making things happen on this ASU second line tonight. Big game from number 28.
Cummings, it's actually his first goal of the night. As for the season, that's his second.
Cummings with the assist, actually. That puck ricocheted.
Excuse me.
Ricocheted off Rice, found its way to Blessing. Hat-trick watch for Chris Blessing now. He's got a pair of goals tonight.
There's a shot from Mangoni, the defenseman, in on the high slot. So 4 different guys on hat-trick watch. We still got plenty of game to go. On the far side now, there's a collision there. Good defense, bodies flying all over the place. Wilson, belly to the ice, and now Newmeyer handling it. Over to the far side now, Burkemper. It hits off the boards, a chance in the crease, a misplay by Rice. It's still loose, and now he'll finally cover it up. He's not very handy with the stick.
No, Mike Rice having a rough go of things with his stick tonight, and honestly facing shot after shot after shot. Still, good job to keep composed, find the puck that drifted out in front of him, smother it with his net, end the little adventure that the Sun Devil attack was on.
And even 6 minutes to go here in the second. ASU has been in the driver's seat since 17 seconds into the game. A shot sent in there, deflected away by Rice, and Morris tied up there with the Golden Ram. Couldn't make out the number for Westchester's player involved. I think it might have been Muncy.
Getting increasingly physical as this game has gone on. Hard to really call either team the instigator so far in this one. There's just been a lot of jawing.
Up top to Schmidt. Hits it off of the boards to Engbar. Engbar gets a face full of plexiglass. That one came from Charles Case. Up top, kept in. Schmidt now on the near side half board. Sends it to the slot. Morris will circle back around and reset. He gives it up to Engbar. Engbar. A good pass down low to Schmidt. Schmidt sends one through, but nobody was there. Mango coming the other way. He sends it in all the way around the boards. Felbel escapes the crease wisely. Westchester with the chance, but it's thwarted by ASU. Morris, a hip check there. A good move there by McGinty. Soft touch over to Schmidt. Back to McGovern. Morris. Here comes Barden streaking up the side as well as Engbar. It's popped up into the zone. But now here comes Westchester the other way. Jensen, the center of this line. A blocker save, comes up high. Zach with another chance, but he was already past the crease. Couldn't get the backhand on it. Now a shot in front, but it was deflected away. Another one. This one hits the glass in front of the Sparky's Inferno. McMahon down to Jensen. Third line right now for Westchester. Closing in on Fellbell. There is a big hit. ASU trying to come the other way. Another pass to Belanger off of his skate. Now to Schmidt. He's got some space. A good move. Backhand, no. Now Belanger, he whiffs on it, and it barely goes forward. Norris gives it to Murphy. Blomgren up top. Now goes D to D. Schmidt sends it in. Murphy got tied up. Belanger got a stick on it. Comes over to the half boards. Westchester has it escape the zone. It pops up high on Blomgren. He punches it down, and there's going to be a hand pass call.
We've seen so little Westchester offense in this one. I got to bring things back to Zach Jensen's crafty, creative performance.
Jensen did a great job, but let's talk a little bit about Westchester. For those of you who don't know, a pretty sizable school over there in the Philadelphia area, in the tri-state area. They are a member of the Eastern States Collegiate Hockey League. Stony Brook is in that league as well. It's a really tough one to play in, and they said their goal this year is try to be third or fourth in their league, which you have to admire those kind of ambitions in a tough conference that they play in.
Absolutely. The ECHL, no cakewalk by any means. A lot of good programs, Stony Brook included, playing back east.
As for ASU, they're in the WSCHL, Western States Collegiate Hockey League. U of A plays in that, Colorado State as well as Colorado. What a hit there! Levas sent into the ice by Adrian Case. And now a whistle. Case finds himself on the ice. It was a huge hit that he delivered onto Levas, but Case is the one feeling it.
Adrian Case actually skating over right now.
Or excuse me, that must be Albanese. It is.
Albanese has shown good speed for Westchester. He's found himself a couple of breakaway chances in this second period. Would be definitely a blow for Westchester to have him unavailable. Again, team playing with a traveling squad, definitely not the depth available that ASU has.
Just under 3.5 to go here in the first. It's a down period for ASU. They've only scored 3 goals. Over to Rivard. He's got a man on him. A soft pass up ahead to Cooney, but it's handled now by Rice. Cooney is there. He gets a steal. The crease is empty, but Westchester gets to the puck first. Nice move there to avoid Rivard. It's coming in. Evans. This one is sticked up high into the netting towards the ceiling.
Tommy Cooney, one of the younger players on this Sun Devil team, but a crafty move from him behind the Westchester net. Mike Rice had his back to Tommy Cooney. He was retrieving that puck from behind his net against the boards. Cooney tapped his stick on the ice twice. Tommy Cooney called for a pass from Mike Rice. Rice with the awareness not to deliver him one. Still a heads-up play.
It's kind of like in, pickup games of flag football. No one has jerseys, no one has flags. Say, hey, I'm open when you're on the other team.
Exactly.
Rivard in pursuit. Now it's Burkemper up top to Newmeyer. Newmeyer tried sending one in, but it was deflected up high. Sent back around, this time by Case. This one goes up high and out of play.
Westchester kind of failing in their defensive game plan here towards the back end of the second period. We really saw a Golden Rams team focus on stopping ASU from getting the puck in the slot, forcing them out to the boards when ASU was in their attacking zone.
There's a shot, goes wide though. Sent over to the far side now. Mangoni fakes a big slap shot. It forced Mango to stay honest with him. Case with Barden. He pokes it up high. Morris now sends it down over to Mangoni. Rebound chance. It's handled by the Golden Rams. Coming down here on the half boards. Westchester trying to get a counter. Adrian Case is stolen by Newmeyer. Far side, Mangoni gives it over to Morris. Morris's backhand is collided with a body, and there's a huge hit and a man down again for Westchester. John Mango in some serious pain on the hit. I think that one was, delivered by Mangoni. If not him, it would have been Morris.
Mango just kind of got curled around awkwardly on that hit. It looked like his head may have gone to the boards, but he's currently kind of favoring that right hand. May have gotten pinned between his body and the boards as he took a big hit.
If it's a shoulder, I feel his pain.
Absolutely. Our very own Dominic Cotroneo playing injured tonight. A little dislocated shoulder from flag football.
Well, not
right,
dislocated, thank goodness. Just a mild sprain. Didn't hear a pop, so that's when you know you're all right. Engbar, plenty of space for him. A shot, a rebound chance, none. Great to hang on to it by Rice.
Mike Rice holding on for dear life. There we see the breakaway speed of Kota Engbar. He gets over on that near side, puts some distance between him and a Westchester defenders. Just fires a shot as hard as he can into the chest of Mike Rice. Solid play by Rice not to let a rebound trickle away. That almost certainly would have led to a Sun Devil goal.
McGovern sends it in. It goes a bit wide.
Of course, I apologize to the folks at home for over-dramatizing Dominic's injuries. Trying to paint you as a hero up here in the booth.
Schmidt over now. A shot goes wide. Hey, we got the win. We got the interception on that play. 3 hours later in the ER. Oh, well. You know.
You play hurt in hockey. I was bringing up this point a little earlier in this one. The points of more competitive play we've seen from Westchester, they really played a defensive style built around forcing the Sun Devils to the boards. What that did, they jammed up the center of the attacking zone. They prevented the Sun Devils from getting shots off. So while ASU was possessing the puck for extended periods of time, they were going goalless. That combined with Westchester's ability to keep things competitive and back and forth in the neutral zone, I think was intended to lead to a couple of breakaway chances for the Golden Rams. They got a handful, most notably a couple from Zach Jayson, but still, nothing really doing, and the 0 on the scoreboard shows that.
Final 60 seconds of the period. Maley gets sent to the ice. He was trying to get to the slot. Westchester trying to make something nice move there. Albanese, good to see him back on the ice. His shot is off of Schmidt's leg. It didn't even come close to Felbel. Now, ASU trying to get something of their own. Instead, it's handled by Westchester. Coming in, Whitaker, the center for this second line. Now a couple of Westchester guys collide with each other. It was Albanese and Billiness. McGovern. And now Maley gets hit to the ice. Almost like he was dragged, but it's a delayed penalty on the way. It's against ASU. It's going to be a hooking call. Who's it going to be against, though?
Plenty of big hitting going on in this game, but where you're going to start to see the penalty minutes lack up for these teams unless they make adjustments is with that stick work. That time it's a hooking call. In the future, it could be tripping as these guys get more tired out there. Connor Maley playing a handful of minutes tonight, more than a handful, I should say, playing a lot of minutes tonight up on that second line. If those sticks stay as active as they've been, but their skates aren't active too, that's how you rack up some penalty minutes.
Now a chance for Cooney here with 15 seconds left on the penalty kill. Tried finding Murphy, who was just a hair late getting there. Now Westchester, they have numbers coming the other way. This is dangerous for ASU. Evans, his shot is deflected away by Levos. Great defense there. Now a shot sticked away by Felbel. That's going to do it for the second. Well, one final chance there for Westchester. Made things a little interesting, but they'll get a minute 38 on the power play heading into the second period. 3 more goals for ASU. What impressed you there for the Sun Devils?
You know, the Sun Devils kind of went a little stagnant in the second part of that second period. It's to be understood when you're up 9-0. What continued to impress me from the Sun Devils is their ability to move the puck throughout these lines. These are all fairly experimental lines from Coach Powers. In theory, these guys shouldn't have too much chemistry out there, but that's not what they're showing. They're not focusing too much on individual hockey. They're playing team hockey, and they're making it happen with these kind of improvised lines.
And you look at, you got 4 guys on hat trick watch, and you really can pick anyone that you want that's going to get it. Who do you think is going to be the hat trick tonight?
Difficult decision. I think I got to go with Tommy Cooney. You know, he's a guy who can do it in a number of ways. He's shown the breakaway speed, and as teams get a little more desperate for goals in the third period, they start creeping forward their defensemen, start playing 4, maybe 5 guys across the blue line. See a guy like Cooney able to break away for 1, hey, maybe even 2 more.
Well, I think it's going to be Blessing myself. I mean, he's been all over the ice. He got a great goal in that second time. I'm rooting for Murphy, though. I'd love to see Murphy get it, considering he has been the guy who's passing out all of the goals this year. But now it's good to see him with a chance to have a good one. But now we're going to get ready to send things over to the intermission break. For my partner, Jayson Chesler, I'm Dominic Cotroneo. Stay tuned for the intermission report with Troy, Kyle, and Allie. And until then, we'll see you in the third period.
We're through 2 periods of hockey here in the desert. I'm Kyle Kirchwell alongside Troy Lynch and Allison Cummings. Arizona State currently on top 9-0. Unfortunately, the Rams have yet to put up a goal on the board. However, they were threatening towards the end. Troy, however, the ASU has really picked it up, and they've continued to stay on top throughout the entire game. What does Westchester really struggle with to be down 9-0?
In the first period, Westchester, they were giving the Sun Devils way too much room in their own offensive goal. They would swarm the Sun Devils near the boards, trying to get the puck, but ASU was so good with the stick, they'd eventually get it, and then there was just so much open space in front of the goal, they would just get the easiest chances to score. But I think they did a really good job of that during the second half of the second period, and that's why the Sun Devils didn't score in the second half of the second period.
Yeah, Westchester certainly picked it up towards the, as you just said, towards the second half of the second period. Allie, what do you think?
I think they picked it up. I do agree with that, but there's a lot of improvement they still need to make. To be honest, I think Westchester is very overwhelmed. They started this game overwhelmed the second Belanger got his first goal, and then after that, they kind of weren't sure what to do at that point. I'd like to see them, again, I'm not seeing them lay out. I want to see them commit and give as much effort as possible. It's what they have to do. You're talking about them up against the boards and being a little bit more physical. I think the physicality is a good thing. There's a difference between smart physicality and dumb penalties. They don't want to cross that line, and towards the end of the period, they kind of found that line between stupid penalties and smart physicality. They got smarter about it, but I'd like to see them kind of stop being so lackadaisical and attack a little bit more.
Absolutely. When you're down 9-0, you have to expect restoration penalties if you're Coach Swall, and that's just so hard to limit in a game like this. However, Troy, if you are Coach Swall going into this third period, obviously it's not realistic to imagine 9 straight goals. I mean, to try to tie this up. What are you telling your team right now coming into the final period?
I would tell my team, you can't freak out. You know, you need to stay in this game and you need to play as hard as you typically can. Yes, the Sun Devils are going to be fast, but you cannot play at your own level. You need to try to play at a higher level than you are capable of playing. And right now, like Ali said, they are feeling overwhelmed, and they can't keep worrying about what the ASU Sun Devils are going to do. They need to start worrying about what they need to do.
Perfect.
Right. Well, I'd agree with that. But also, I mean, they're down by 9 goals. They're not going to come back anytime soon. But there's a lot they can still get out of this game as a learning opportunity. Playing a team as high of a caliber as Arizona State teaches the team a lot, especially going into tomorrow. And further down the line on the schedule, they can use this game and think, wait, we were down, we didn't give up, and use that as motivation later on.
You're absolutely right, Allison. And for the Arizona State Sun Devils, they've had a chance to really, not really mix up the lines, but we've seen some different players in there making some plays. So it'll be interesting to see who takes the ice for ASU here in the third period. We'll see what adjustments Westchester makes. We've got another period of hockey coming up for you in the desert for Allison Cummings and Troy Lynch. I'm Kyle Kirchwell. We're going to send it back up to the booth with Dom and Jayson.
Guys, well, hey, maybe I'll shoot on 9-0. Yeah, it's a 9-0 game. That'll be a whole lot of fun. Chesler's not going to let me do that. Jayson, what are you looking forward to in this third period? What do you really want to see from ASU?
I would say, Dom, you are suited up already. You're in a suit. From ASU, they've just got to use this third period as another opportunity to grow, to force the issue, keep playing offense, not trying to sit on this lead. It's early in the season. Yes, I know they want the shutout. They can get the shutout while still playing offense. They got to build chemistry, keep building these bonds, score the most impressive goals they can.
Well, let's get to it. Cummings in there on the offensive faceoff as well as Tyler Whitaker, and ASU coming away with it. Newmeyer, they'll flip sides here, so they will go right to left on your screen now, as they did in the first.
Sun Devils are starting this period out a man down, 4-on-5.
Here comes Westchester. From behind the crease, Bangoni was in defense, now comes up to Swall, touches it down low. Back over now to Whitaker, a chance now for Albanese. Now a one-timer, Swall, it was sticked away. Albanese now, and it comes over to the dot. There's a big chance, almost a 5-on-3. Cummings hits it off the glass, nearly took the head off the linesman. Comes all the way down, man hits the ice. A lot of guys tied up and falling, and the energy has really been sucked out of the building just because, I mean, these guys are worn out. Sticked away by Felbel, out of play.
You're very right, Tom. These guys have been going through an entire offseason of conditioning. They've been working at it 3 days a week for the Sun Devils in terms of on the rink, plus more in terms of conditioning. still, this early in the season, 9-0 game. It's definitely easy for these teams to let their energy sink. I don't think either of these teams wants to do that, though. Both of these teams still have so much room to grow and learn from this game. Westchester, in terms of how to combat a top-level opponent like the Sun Devils. And hey, ASU, they're still looking for chemistry. So many new forwards and a variety of lines seeing work tonight.
What a clearance there by, I think it was McGovern, all the way down, and actually almost went through the 5-hole of Rice. Excuse me. That may or may not be Rice still. But now, anyways, on the other way, Westchester with a chance. James Davis had it pickpocketed. Up top now. There's the one sent in, almost deflected in. It would have been an own goal on ASU. 8 seconds left in the power play. This one coming in, and good defense by Schmidt. ASU at full strength, and they have an outlet chance to the far side, just out of Maley's reach. And it is not Rice anymore. It's Mike Amoroso now in net, and he's going to get tested quickly by Blessing, and it goes a bit wide. Mike Amoroso, the new goalie for Westchester. From Media, Pennsylvania. Most of this squad, you look at the roster, are from Pennsylvania or the tri-state area. A couple New Jersey sprinkled in. Tyler Whitaker from Hooksett, New Hampshire. And then Churchville, Maryland for Andrew Stone, the third-string goalie. And now here comes a whistle. ASU is calling for 6 men, and I think they're going to get it against Westchester.
And again, still something to be gained from this matchup for both of these teams. Those are some sloppy mistakes. 6 men on the ice, not a penalty you want whistled against you if you're Westchester. Still better to get those mistakes out right now, learn from them, and that's why you got to keep playing hard. You got to put yourself in the opportunity to make mistakes so you can build from them, not make the same errors moving forward.
So another power play chance for ASU. They scored on all but one of them. A chance in the slot there for Norris that came from Belanger. Belanger up top. Over to Schmidt. Schmidt on the far side. McGovern. Schmidt asked for it back, but it's a good poke from Westchester. Over there, that's number 19, Zach Jensen.
Zach Jensen has impressed me a lot tonight, as he might have found himself a little breakaway.
There's a chance. It was a knuckle puck in, and it hit off of Felbell's stick and up high again.
Zach Jensen stayed very active throughout this game, playing both sides of the ice. The third-line center, honestly, he could be looking at a promotion in my book. Jensen, he's gotten crafty when he's gotten opportunities with the puck. They're sending a knuckler in for Lucas Felbell. He's proven a lot to me in terms of being a high-energy, both sides of the ice type of forward.
ASU wins the face-off. They've burned off 30 seconds of this man advantage. Murphy taking it up on the far side, the right wing. Coming all the way in, a wrister. He's looking for the hat trick. A blocker save from Amoroso. Out of play.
We saw Murphy skating at the far side. Belanger crashing the net up the middle. And hey, I guess that's proof Sean Murphy did not pick Ryan Belanger in our little hat trick watch challenge. Decided to take the shot himself rather than feeding his line mates.
This has been the longest drought for ASU without a goal. They last scored with just under 7 minutes left in the second. Rivard looking for somebody in the slot. Nobody's there. Newmeyer got there before it escaped the zone. He sent it in, hit off of Blessing's leg before it ricocheted to the right. Rivard coming in. A chance there for Cooney, who wants it as well. He's another guy looking for a third goal and for the Hats to go flying.
Not seeing too much headwear in the crowd tonight here at Oceanside Ice Arena, but I'm sure they'll make do.
Tommy Cooney, nice stick handling. Gives it up, one-timer chance, loose in front. Amoroso will cover.
Eric Rivard has made a lot of good plays in terms of finding open space on the ice. Rivard has been loitering in the slot and really anywhere he can be dangerous on the ice. Hasn't quite made it happen tonight. Well, he has 2 points. It's hard to say that's an off day. But an assist and a goal, it could be even more from Rivard if he was putting away a few more of these chances. Excellent spatial awareness, excellent space creation from the winger.
Barden up top. So Mangoni to Newmeyer over to Morris, but it comes free. Mangoni down over to Barden. Mangoni asked for it, faked the slap shot. Now he's going to take it. What a sacrifice of the body that time by Jensen again. Your MVP for Westchester. Far side, time play is expiring. Loose in the slot, it's bouncing around. Newmeyer, he shoots. It's loose behind Amoroso, and he'll pick it up. Westchester goes back to full strength, and uh-oh now. Here comes a penalty and maybe some fists flying. It's a bad situation over there in the corner. Everybody is tied up. Everybody's still in it. Now Morris throws a man to the ground. Newmeyer is underneath it all, like you said. An ugly scene from Oceanside. The fans are on their feet. A helmet is on the ground.
Things just got ugly in a hurry. It looked like Adrian Case kind of took Drew Newmeyer down in an awkward way. Newmeyer was a little bit doubled over, crashing into the boards, and it looks like it was Adrian Case who maybe even incidentally just went over him. We've got a replay of this as we try to figure out what happened.
Here it is. It's going to be a boarding call against somebody, and you can see it just at the front part of it, and then I guess Case was down there looking for more on the Newmeyer, and ASU took exception to that.
It's tough, yeah. I think it was Case.
And then Morris taking his man down.
Absolutely.
And he's going to have to go into the penalty box as well as Charles Case.
So Charles Case, I think, charged with the initial boarding, which I agree was boarding.
So both cases are now in there, are Adrian and Case. There's only one Sun Devil in the box, so that means ASU will be back on the power play.
So I'm going to take my guess at this one. I think Charles Case with the initial boarding, definitely a boarding call, but I don't think anything malicious against Drew Newmeyer. But Newmeyer went down very awkwardly on that one. It looked bad. Hey, it may have been bad. Those hits can hurt out there. Case kind of went down with Newmeyer, tripped over him a little bit, and from there, well, all hell broke loose on the ice. We saw bodies piling up over at the far board.
The captains, Jimmy McKee and Brett Blumgren, met with the head referee, and we'll hear the call in a moment over the PA. If I had to guess, though, it's going to be coincidentals on Morris and one of the cases. The other one's going to get a boarding call.
Absolutely, and that's the unspoken role of the captain. Both captains responsible for communicating with officials, but also keeping their teams in the game, stopping things from getting out of hand on their own part. It's as much about communicating the officials' wishes, the officials' desire to not have games get out of hand, as it is about telling your team what the penalty was.
Morris gets 2 minutes for roughing. Case Charles gets 2 minutes for roughing, so those are the 2 minutes, or those are two coincidentals, and 5 minutes will go against Adrian Case, and now a save in front. Five-minute major for tripping? Is that what I heard?
That's what it sounds like. I guess when you come down to it, that is what happened to Drew Newmeyer. He got tripped awkwardly into the boards.
It must have been a dirty chip.
Doesn't quite sound right to me, but I think in the long run, those were the correct allotments of those penalty minutes.
Well, still, 15 minutes left in this game. You just want to get through it in one piece for ASU. See Albanese there. He was down earlier. It's good to see him on the ice.
Absolutely. Albanese took a big hit in the boards in his own right. Looked like he may have banged his arm or shoulder up into the boards between his body and the board.
Murphy looking for the hat trick. He shoots, but it ricochets away before it gets anywhere closer. It's kicked in by Belanger. He sends one, but it's deflected into the nets again.
Evidently, whoever scores a hat trick doesn't have to buy the team dinner or anything, as these guys, they're firing shot after shot.
Well, they're college kids. They can't afford it.
That's true. That's true. Sean Murphy, interesting to see his role tonight as a winger. You know, it started out, him and Norris both really feeding Ryan Belanger, both playing as distributors, which they both traditionally do. But as the game has progressed, Murphy looking for his own shot a bit more.
The chance in front. Blessing tried to feed Rivard, but he could not. Mango, good way to get there first. Rivard involved, and now it's sent in front. A chance. It was Cooney, another one looking for that third. Newmeyer, one-timer in front for Blessing. He backhands it. Nobody is there. Cooney goes down, and he loses it. Rivard, far side now. Mangoni stretching the stick out all the way. Kept it on the tape. Now from the dot. A cross pass over to Cooney. He can't find it. He fakes a pass to Newmeyer, keeping it now on top of the circle. Now one-timer, Drew Newmeyer. Rebound for Rivard. He scores. Double digits for the Sun Devils. 10-0.
I brought it up earlier, Dom. Eric Rivard doing such a great job tonight, keeping himself in front of net. You can call it some sloppy defending from Westchester. There needs to be a body closer to Rivard. You can't let him go unchecked in the slot like that. But time after time after time, Eric Rivard has found the little open creases on the ice. He's found the little spots for himself to settle into. A lot of times it's been the slot, but it's really been all over the attacking zone. And hey, it's come through.
Another power play goal for ASU, but because it's a major penalty, Case will have to stay in there.
Goal credited to Patrick Udez, actually, 18 rather than 8. Not sure who's in the right on that one, my eyes or the scorekeepers.
I'm fairly certain I did not see Udez on the ice here. He is the extra man tonight. It is given to
Here comes
Rivard.
the
They're
correction.
watching our broadcast.
I just
So
gotta believe in
Mangoni and
myself.
Newmeyer get the assists. And now they're giving a chance for Murphy. They give an assist to Cooney. Okay. I'm still confused as well. Schmidt tried getting it down to the left side to Belanger, but he couldn't, and it's cleared. They're giving an assist to Cooney, but the initial shot came from Newmeyer.
A little bit of tricky scorekeeping. Again, Newmeyer 2, Cooney 12. Tough to see some of these similar numbers from time to time.
A lot of twos for the Sun Devils. Nonetheless, they're up by 10.
Just 5 twos.
Schmidt on the far side. Still 2.5 minutes left in this major penalty for tripping. But also, Morris is still in the box because they have to wait for a stoppage and play to come out. Engbar has shot it and almost leaked through Omarosa. A chance now. Barden gives it up top to Schmidt. Good defense there by Mac Mahone. Up high. What a jump save there by McGovern. But they're going to call a hand pass still. Wow, you got to respect the effort, though. Going up there, trying to block it. I guess the equivalent is goaltending in basketball.
Exactly. A big-time effort from Ed McGovern. Still gets the whistle called. I would like to draw attention to this fourth line for the Sun Devils tonight. Yet to find their way into the scoreboard, but still good puck movement, good distribution from Mac Barden.
Let's look at the replay here. Never mind, I guess.
The future is exciting for this fourth Sun Devil line. Morris and Barden, freshman. Engbar, a junior, but getting his first look with the D1 team. That's the line of the future, maybe the immediate future tonight.
On the far side, Morris out of the box now, as well as Charles Case. Good pursuit there, but instead it comes free, and Blum going to have to reset with Levas. Engbar, he gets shoved from behind, and now he tornadoes his way into the ground. No high stick. And there's the whistle finally.
Again, Ingbar, a junior in eligibility, but still getting his first look here with the D1 team. Bit of a tricky spot for Coda Ingbar. You know, this is a very young ASU Division I team, especially at forward. Graduating several seniors last year, a young core, Ryan Ostertag, a sophomore, Sean Murphy, a sophomore, etc. It'll be tough for Ingbar to find his spot, but he's definitely got the tool set to do it. He's shown some of that tonight.
10-0. Pass up to Rivard. He drops it off for Burkemper. Working around a circle. He has Levas at the point, and he gives it up to him. Down low now to Cooney. Working his way towards the net. Tried giving Blomgren crashing in there, but it comes all the way free. Wisely, Fellbell will go out to retrieve it. Handled now by Levas, and it looked like he might have been tripped. They'll play on, though. And don't forget now you can throw in Rivard's name into the hat trick pool.
I believe so. Actually, I think I may have misgiven him a goal that actually went to Burkemper earlier on in the first.
There's a shot for Rivard, and it's a kick save.
That may have been goal number 1.
I thought it was Rivard on the third goal of the night.
We'll see. I trust your scorekeeping, Dominic, better than my own.
Point is, there's a lot of goals.
A lot of goals. 10 is a big number for the Sun Devils.
Maley gives it up top to Mangoni, who will send it down low. Backhanded out of there by Swall. Swall tied up now. It looked like it might have been Cummings. 30 seconds left in the power play for ASU. They've got one goal on it. They're looking for one more. Cross-ice pass. Mangoni with some space. The shot. He scores! Gianni Mangoni. 11-0 Sun Devils.
Hey, we had 5 Sun Devil players, 2 goals apiece, I believe, going into that one. Gianni Mangoni just looking for a little bit more diversity from this Sun Devil attack. The defenseman getting involved. We've seen a few wicked slap shots from Mangoni tonight. And there we see the tail end of his most recent delivery. We'll roll it back a little. Here we see Mangoni kind of drift forward, find a lot of space on the power play. That's the 5-on-4 advantage for you. Westchester tried to collapse back to that far side to get someone's body in the way of Mangoni. Still, no one able to get there in time. Mangoni's got a quick slap shot, and he's got a powerful one, too. Put that shot away.
Final seconds of the major penalty have expired. Adrian Case is back out on the ice. So 2 power play goals just on those 5-minute majors. 6 of the 11 have been with a man advantage for ASU. What a night for the offense, even without their top scorer. Levin also not playing tonight, and Felbel is pitching a shutout. Halfway through the third. Westchester tried coming the other way with Valerio, but now, could we finally see the hat trick? No, Murphy has it stolen. A good pass up ahead, Valerio now. He sends one just a bit wide left, didn't have much steam on it as well. Belanger in the corner, as well as McGovern. Norris touches it up backwards. Now it pokes free. Murphy, just an off pass over to Norris. He's skating past his man. Gives it up to Murphy. Blocker save for Amoroso, and everybody knew that could have been the Hattie.
Absolutely. Murphy looked over to the far post to the glove side of Amoroso. Amoroso started to drift that way, and it looked like Murphy was going to be able to go topside near post past the stick hand of Amoroso. Good movement by Amoroso. He didn't overcommit to that glove side, was able to still get a blocker in the way of Murphy's shot.
Don't forget, I mean, that one was a close goal as well. Don't forget, Schmidt might have been robbed of a goal earlier when his hit the crossbar. It looked like it crossed, but instead didn't get the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, things could be bigger for the Sun Devils tonight.
And Schmidt has the puck. Yeah, it is. He sends it down low. Engbar gives it to Norris. Norris up to McGovern. Back to Norris. From the top of the circle, down low. Engbar. Across. Try to get a centering feed. A fake slap from Schmidt. Go over to the far side. Norris deflected down by Westchester. They're coming the other way. Albanese.
By Barton coming in with a skate, poking that puck loose.
Morris coming in. He's got fresh legs, a chance in the slot. Engbar missed it, but coming in to clean it up. Mac Barton, his first career goal as a Sun Devil. Welcome to Tempe.
There you go, unanimous there. Both of us in alignment there, Dominic. Mac Barton, welcome to the Sun Devils. We finally see some of that good line movement from the fourth line come together. Mac Barton's been setting up Morris and Ingbar all night. That time we got a breakaway. And the ricochet, the rebound, as we have feet
We'll look
right
at it
here.
again, yeah.
Jared Morris brings it across the ice himself. Looks to set up Ingbar. That puck squirts away from Amoroso. And then who do you know? It's Mac Barton, the guy who's been setting them up all night. Knocks him down that time. 11-0 Sun Devils.
12.
12.
You're getting ahead of your
I can't count this high, Dominic. That's why I call hockey.
Now the puck comes in and out of the zone, so it'll be an offside call. Well, in golf, if you're 12 under, you're flirting with a 59.
In hockey, if you're 12 up, well, something's gone a little bit wrong on one end of the ice. This one definitely a bit of a mismatch from the get-go.
12-0. What a performance for ASU tonight. Still plenty of time, though, if they want to get one of those hat tricks. 5 guys in search of it. Rivard did not give up on the puck, and he wants it. A shot from the dot goes a bit left. Blumgren past the red line. Cooney is one of those guys. Rivard was behind a man, which was Muncy. The defenseman Muncy has it now, and Amoroso will cover up.
And for those of you who want to play along at home with our little hat trick pool here on the broadcast, your candidates once again are Sean Murphy, 2 goals, Ryan Belanger, 2 goals, Chris Blessing, 2 goals, Eric Rivard, 2 goals, and my selection, Tommy Cooney, 2 goals as well.
I voted that it would be Blessing to make the goals, but I want it to be Murphy.
So hey, Belanger and Rivard, 2 guys who have looked great here in the third so far, both available for Poland.
Blessing gives it up. A shot down from Cummings. It never left the ice, though. Cummings again. This one goes way up high. Look out into the crowd. Got under the netting.
Little souvenir for someone out there from the 12-0 Sun Devils lead so far. The ASU faithful, this is a blowout, but these Sun Devil fans, they are happy to stick around for this blowout.
Those are the cool pucks, too. They got like Sparky on it as well as ACHA. A solid crowd as always here at Oceanside, as you mentioned. It was a full house earlier, but, it's tough to stay for a full 12-0 game.
Exactly.
Not giving them any slack, though. Stretch pass to Maley. He's got a man in front of him. Here's a chance. Backhander for Blessing, but it wasn't a good stick. Amoroso, no problem there.
Blessing showing some real soft hands there. We've talked a lot about the physical tools of Chris Blessing. Probably the most in-shape guy on the team, according to Coach Powers. A guy with big-time strength, stamina, and speed. Showing the hockey skills as well. They're very soft hands to receive that pass. Couldn't quite make it happen with the backhand.
Murphy up top to Newmeyer. One-timer glove save.
And again, these ASU defensemen, right now it's Mangoni and Newmeyer out there, they've been finding shooting lanes as well all night. They're not tearing up the scoreboard the way the forwards have been, but they've been setting up a lot of these attacker goals by finding openings, firing their slap shots on target.
There's one sent in, but it was hit down below before it can get any closer to Amoroso. Belanger there, he sends one in. It popped up high and almost bounced into the goal. Poor pass around. Norris drops it off. Murphy tries to find Belanger in the slot, but it comes up to the red line, and Mangoni has to retrieve it. Now a whistle away from the puck. Looks like it might be an unsportsmanlike. Norris really trying to give an earful to Charles Chase, who will head back to the box. And Norris is going to go in there as well.
Yeah, William Norris, not a happy camper about that one. Didn't quite see exactly what happened, but as of now, 2 players to the box.
Wow, it's going to be a cross-check against Charles Chase and then a unsportsmanlike against Norris for getting in his face about the cross-check.
A tough call there. You think you cross-check someone maybe you deserve to be jawed at.
It's 12-0 refs.
Exactly. It's 12-0. The refs trying to stop this one from getting out of hand, Trying to let cooler heads prevail. Just from time to time, you send someone into the box, the rest of the team just gets even angrier.
So it's going to be 4-4 for a little bit here.
Hey, just like you used to play out on the frozen pond, unless you're in Tempe, in which case chances are you've never seen a frozen pond.
I'm also from Texas, so not really one with the colder weather.
But just like the folks from Westchester used to play on the frozen
they're
pond.
used to it. As I mentioned, Texas got to give a shout-out to former play-by-play man Nick Merrick, who now calls my old home his new home. He's calling with the North Texas Brahmas in the North American Hockey League. Good to hear Nick is doing well and continuing his play-by-play endeavors in hockey.
Absolutely. Nick Merrick, ever talented. And hey, just for the sake of it, a shout-out to the former WCSN color man, Austin Controlis. Expecting big things from him in the future as well.
Wow, Murphy still not saying die. Gives it to Belanger. A backhand. It goes wide. But Controlis now was an intern with the D-backs. They've had a busy day today.
Certainly.
Here comes Westchester. Murphy and McGinty were tied up. And now a loose puck. A chance now. This one. What a save by Felbel across his body. The first time we'll say a goalie is standing on his head for ASU. A glove is on the ice. That belongs to Murphy. A shot into the glove of Felbel.
Felbel has somehow kept himself alert and kept himself fresh through long, long stretches without action. This isn't the first time we've seen some good chances from Westchester, been smothered away safely from Lucas Felbel. But boy, that may have been the best chance Westchester has had so far. And on the follow-up, Felbel not allowing any kind of rebounding.
This one sent in, couldn't get the deflection. It was sent away from Schmidt. Now Barden drops it off for Connor. He's coming up fast. Straight up the gut. He had 4 men to beat, and he almost beat 2 of them. Whoa, there's a hit. Look out. Schmidt took on Adrian Case, and I think Case won that battle. Sorry, Connor, but hey, they can look at the scoreboard and put a smile on your face. Barden up top now to the point. Schmidt has it. He fakes the pass, keeps it, now down low to Barden. He sends it over, trying to find Morris. Bouncing all over the place. High slot now. It's Morris. A good defense right now. Case working against McGovern. Really good defense there by Ed. 24 seconds left in the 4-on-4 action. Now Morris. Up ahead. Across the red. He's got Schmidt to his right, trailing him. trying to beat two men, spinning around. The puck finds its way into the crease and underneath the glove of Amoroso.
Coming off of that huge hit by Ed McGovern against Adrian Case. You can bet the Sun Devil fans, probably not huge fans of Adrian Case right now. He was involved with that scrum centered around Drew Newmeyer earlier in this one. But you got to give some props where it's due. Case has been all over the ice for Westchester, defensively, offensively, laying out the hits, and for the most part, having himself quite the night. Might be more remembered for the scrum with Newmeyer, but hey, he's had himself a great game.
As we have a pause in the action, let's take a look over at the upcoming games, the schedule up ahead for the Sun Devils. One more game here with Westchester tomorrow night, right here, same time, same place. Next weekend, they'll head over to Minot State in the Great North. That's going to be a big series if it was anything like last year's. But Minot is a little depleted from last year's squad. And then banner raising night against the Wildcats from down south the next weekend.
And wow, what a coincidence, Dominic. The banner happens to be going up
No
for
way.
ASU U of A.
You don't
Never
say.
would have guessed that one.
You don't say. Be sure to be here October 10th and 11th. If you can't make it, we'll have it right here for you on CronkiteSports.com. Still a hockey game that we played less than 5 minutes ago. Both teams have full strength. What a hit! Oh, boy. Tommy Cooney. Sends a man flying in the boards. That was Ryan McMahon. Tommy Cooney. Wow.
And the Sun Devil bench definitely not holding the penalty against Cooney. They were cheering that hit.
That might be the best hit that nobody saw on the broadcast, unfortunately. Just in that no man's land.
The biggest hit, at least, as it is a 2 minutes for elbowing for Cooney. Let's call it the best hit when it winds up with someone in the box.
Must have got a little flailed out with the elbow, I guess. So Westchester with the man advantage. Obviously, they are 0 on the power play tonight. But now Cummings, he loses his footing for a moment, though. This ice is very worn. 6 goals in the first, 3 goals in the second, and 3 in the third for ASU. Icing.
Yeah, we hear about the soft ice at Oceanside from time to time. That ice, you mentioned it, Dominic, it gets worn down out there, guys skating on it. It's just something these players have to deal with. From time to time, it leads to someone taking a stumble like Michael Cummings does on that previous play. Something I think the ASU squads have learned to adjust to well. Their visitors often have to learn to adapt to.
Maley keeps it in the zone, taking his time with it. The puck comes all the way in. It's cleared by Amoroso. Only 28 seconds have ticked off the clock of the man advantage. That has Cooney in for elbowing.
A number of stoppages so far in this, what looks like an ASU power play out there. In reality, of course, a Westchester 5-on-4.
Been playing for 2 hours now. Levos has it sticked away. Villaness coming in. A man advantage for Westchester. Tried to find on the far side, or excuse me, near side, Albanese, and now ASU clears it out.
Connor Maley up 12-0, 4 minutes left in the third. He's played a ton of minutes tonight. Still tracking back incredibly quickly at full speed. Tracking back to try and disrupt play on that one. May have played a factor in ASU preserving their shot.
Oh, here comes a shorthanded chance. Michael Cummings scores 13-0.
Too easy for Michael Cummings. We saw Westchester really pressing forward with the extra man up. More than you would usually do on a power play. You get a little desperate when you're scoreless this late into the third. You start playing some all-out offense. Puck dislodged at the far side of the neutral zone. And boy, Michael Cummings, having just come out of the attacking zone, was waiting right near the blue line, right in the middle of the ice, ready to handle that puck.
A shorthanded goal. They had 2 last weekend. Cummings was assisted by Sean Murphy. That's his 4th point of the night. 2 goals, 2 assists. Mangoni lost his footing there. 40 seconds left in the power play still for Westchester. And he looked at Amoroso's body language. He knew he had no chance.
Absolutely. You face a one-on-one like that against a top-level forward like Michael Cummings, the result's pretty much always going to be the same. You can guess all you want, but a guy like Cummings could wait, can react, and just finish where you aren't.
20 seconds left and an offside call against the Golden Rams.
Yeah, not a lot going right now for Westchester. That time Tyler Whitaker just a bit out ahead of play. Again, the body language not great on, well, anyone from Westchester right now, Dominic. This team does have to get themselves back up, get back out to play again tomorrow night. You'd like to see the team try and surge forward, look for another goal, perhaps even off of the remaining 10 seconds or so of this power play. Not going to happen now with the ASU clear.
Engbar came all the way down the ice. See, again, they're not playing like it's 13-0. These guys that are trying to earn their keep on the roster. Barden and Engbar making their debuts in maroon and gold. Mangoni now, as the penalty expires, ASU at full strength. Mangoni has Barden in front of him, and he jukes out a man, now another. Mangoni coming all the way in, a wrister, a rebound chance, back in, oh, what a save by Amoroso. And almost an incredible goal by Morris.
The beautiful game of hockey from both ends there. Gianni Mangoni, once again, he has some subtle puck movement that's better than a lot of ACHA level forwards. Gianni Mangoni is spectacular at moving the puck, not just for a defenseman. Finds his own shot and sets up what could have been an absolutely gorgeous backhanded chance for Jared Morris. If it wasn't for an even better save, courtesy of Mike Amoroso. Great sequence on both sides.
Here comes the Golden Rams, and quickly it's forwarded. Davis had it stolen. Morris sends it around to Schmidt. 2 minutes to go in this first of two from Oceanside. Tomorrow night, 7:30. Same two teams at it. Morris coming in. Still no hat trick tonight. Oh, what a stop. Now to the slot. A chance there. Engbar over to the near side. What a goal. Sun Devils just keep on going. 14-0.
And at this point, the only question left in this game is, was that goal going to be credited to Dakota Engbar, or did that ricochet off of Max Barton in front of the net? No questions about the result, no questions about the performance from the Sun Devils. Every line, 1 through 4, coming through in a big way. Same with all three defensive pairings, and of course, Lucas Felbel between the pipes.
It will be given to Barton. And Engbar with the assist.
Little line goal there for the new fourth line for the Sun Devils. Ingbar and Morris on the assist.
There's a shot over to the left side by Cummings. So now, so many guys with a pair of goals, but nobody with the third. There's a big slapper from Schmidt, and that one is saved by Amoroso.
I think you can hear the echo from that slap shot. Connor Schmidt, I've said it a few times in our 3 games so far this season. Connor Schmidt has himself a slap shot.
5 goals this period for ASU.
Out comes Cooney. He's got a pair.
Cummings has a pair. Barden has a pair. Rivard has a pair. Murphy has a pair. Belanger has a pair. There's a shot off the shoulder of Amoroso. It stays in play. Cooney puts his hand on the ice and turns around. 60 seconds to go, and Schmidt can't keep it in. Albanese hit him into the boards. And here comes Westchester trying to get something. Villaness finds it to the high slot, and no, not a very good shot there for the Golden Rams, but they hold possession again behind the cage. Cooney comes away with it. Up top, a slap shot, rebound chance, cushioning quickly, another rebound chance, but this one went far enough away from Westchester. Another shot, wide again. It's been a barrage of shots onto Felbel here in the final minute. He's seen more in this final minute than I think he has in the last period.
Yeah, Felbel not going to be let off the hook easy with a shutout here by the Westchester Golden Rams.
Schmidt gives it to Barden. Taking their time with 6 seconds left. Burkemper, and that's going to do it. Swall has it. No hat trick tonight, boys, even though it's 14-0.
Who had no hat trick in our hat trick pool?
I don't think anybody
I don't think
did.
anyone in the world did.
14-0. Sun Devils win. They move to 3-0, and they spoil the season opener for Westchester. 14-0. 6 different guys with a pair of goals. What a night for the ASU offense. 6 of them on a power play. They also had a shorthanded goal, even without Ryan Ostertag tonight, and a shutout for Lucas Felbel.
Yeah, what a night indeed. You mentioned it there, Dominic. Maybe the two biggest faces of this ASU Sun Devil team, Ryan Ostertag, first line forward, Robert Levin, typical starting goalie, both seeing the day off tonight, and everyone steps up in response. We saw a lot from some of these new Sun Devil forwards, and hey, some old guys alike, Sean Murphy and Mike Cummings had big years last year. They're looking to build on it. Tommy Cooney continues to emerge after a solid year last season. Ryan Belanger, Mac Barton making their introductions to the season. Of course, be remiss to forget Chris Blessing, the sixth guy, rounding out our 6 2-goal scorers for the Sun Devils. Across every line, across every defensive pairing, and of course between the pipes, total domination for ASU.
A great win for them, and they'll be right back here tomorrow night. 7:30 is when the puck drops at Oceanside. A 14-0 game tonight. We'll see what the Sun Devils have in store for an encore. But that'll do it for us up here. With my partner, Jayson Chesler, I'm Dominic Cotroneo. We're going to get ready to send it to the postgame show in a little bit. Again, tomorrow here at 7:30. Follow us on Twitter at Cronkite Sports. Stay tuned for all the info on CronkiteSports.com. Now, let's send it over to Allie, Kyle, and Troy with the postgame report.
Good evening, everybody. We are back here at Oceanside Arena. Thanks so much, Dom. I'm Kyle Kirchwell here with Troy Lynch and Allison Cummings. Guys, it's safe to say we saw a bit of a blowout tonight. 14-0. Sun Devils really just took over from the opening face-off. But overall, some of the takeaways that we really can talk about are the discipline that we saw on both teams. We may have to send it down real quick and then come back up. So, Troy, do you want to touch real quickly on just the overall discipline and the penalties tonight?
Yeah, I mean, the Rams, they just got really aggravated, and they just start making stupid mistakes. I mean, they started trying to fight with some of the Sun Devils, and that's never smart. And they got in the penalty way too many times, and the ASU Sun Devils, they just scored on every single power play opportunity that they got. They cannot do that tomorrow, so I definitely expect a much more disciplined Rams team tomorrow night.
And the Rams, they are an unranked team. This is a very common thing you will see against an unranked team or a D2 team. Coach Powers mentioned it last week in the press conference. But, I mean, it's true. When you face a team like Arizona State, who's very finesse, very skilled, being physical is not their style of play. So the other team's going to try to get under their skin a little bit to do whatever they can to make up for the creativity that they can't really match up with Arizona State. So it resorts to physicality and it doesn't work. Arizona State does not really bite back to it. We saw a little bit of a brawl going on, so it got under Arizona State there more towards the end, but that's something you see very often.
Yeah, I mean, that's really something you want to focus on if you're Coach Greg Powers. You really want to tell your guys, look, we're up 14-0. There's no use to retaliate. But, I mean, that's hockey. I mean, the physicality is part of it, so that's definitely something you want to see limited, but that's part of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, we like that. So
it's a little bit more fun. We're like, goal, oh, look, a fight.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
No, it mixes things up. No, and I mean, you're going to see those kind of, I said it earlier, the frustration penalties are a given in games like this. And
They gotta wipe that off before tomorrow.
Oh yeah, and sure. They'll be back and ready to hit, I'm sure, tomorrow. It's not going to go away too quickly.
Yeah,
So.
I don't think the Rams really learned their lesson, because even towards the end of the game, they still kept pestering the Sun Devils. I mean, they kept putting sticks on Koda Engbar, and Koda Engbar just eventually just took the stick and threw it.
You guys should have seen how hard he laughed.
My cheeks are twitching right now. I think they're about to cramp up. I'm not lying.
It wasn't that funny, Troy. But Koda Engbar, no, I think that game sums it up. I mean, that absolutely sums up the kind of game we saw tonight. As we said earlier, big 14-0 win, absolutely a plus for Arizona State. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. For Allison Cummings, Troy, oh, never mind. We're going to keep going. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, there's so much to talk about in terms of just the discipline and
Hockey.
Hockey, yeah, exactly. And I mean, in Westchester, I mean, you can always take away from games like this. And this is great learning experience. We talked about this with Niagara a little bit earlier.
More of a learning opportunity, more so than coming here to win. I mean, of course they want to come here and perform, do a little bit better than they did today, clog the slot. There's a lot they can do to improve, but there's also a lot they can do to learn from Arizona State, because going on later in the season for them, they're going to be facing some other teams that aren't ranked as well, and they'll reference this game and do a lot better.
And I think we'll see a closer game tomorrow night, because just like last week, I mean, the Sun Devils blew out Niagara 8-3. They won by 5. and now they won 14-0, obviously. But Saturdays are always a different day for the Sun Devils because the Rams, they know what they've done wrong. They know what they can improve. And, I don't think they're going to make the same stupid mistakes as last time.
And the lines are going to be mixed up again. Coach Powers loves to mix up the lines, especially in the start of the year. We're going to see more line mix-ups tomorrow. Maybe foul ball, maybe not foul ball. I mean, who knows? The Rams never know.
Well, and Westchester, I think for them, the key today was they looked like a really defeated hockey team, and that never is a recipe for success. So we'll see how they come back tomorrow night. We'll be right back down into the press conference for Allison Cummings and Troy Lynch. I'm Kyle Kirchwell. Have a great night.
So Lucas, how was it getting the shutout in your first season debut there?
Oh well, it was pretty easy, I'd say. I mean, my teammates made it really easy for me. Keeping a lot of shots to the outside, limiting second chances. It was they made it really easy for me today.
Did you feel it was difficult to kind of stay focused with the limited number of shots you faced?
It's always difficult to stay focused when you're getting single-digit shots per period. So you really gotta sort of stay in your head and stay in the game. I don't know, sort of just get into good habits, routines.
Coach, you said you had a couple of problems defensively last week. How do you feel about how they came out this week and pitching a shutout in your first game?
It's good, good defense starts, and it's you have to do it in every zone. You got to do the right things, the little things all right. We really worked on details this week, I don't think it was as much anything other than we just played really well. I think the guys wanted to prove a point, and they did.
Coach, I noticed there were a lot of shots from near the blue line from the point. Was that part of what you were looking for this week?
Yeah, we wanted, the best solution to putting the puck in the net is putting it on net, right? You can't, and no shot's a bad shot. So, any coach will tell you that, and we just wanted to get pucks on net, and it worked out.
Coach, what are you able to take away from a game when you play a team that's clearly not at your talent level, and how much stock do you put into the results?
In their defense, there's not many teams in this league that are at our talent level, but anything can happen, and we're going to go back and treat tomorrow like today never happened. That team's, in my opinion, probably not much off of what we saw last weekend. But when teams don't get really good goaltending against us, they're gonna struggle, and when we pay attention to detail and we play Sun Devil hockey the way that we teach it and the way that we want to play, we're going to be very hard to beat, and I think we were able to show tonight what I think a lot of people expect to see out of us night in and night out. So, we will approach every game like it's Oklahoma. We will approach every game like it's U of A, and we'll come back tomorrow and they'll see our very best.
Coach, you definitely spread the ball around offensively. Blessing you also did that as well. 6 players with 2 goals each. How do you feel about the offense play tonight, especially coming on that first period, winning 6 goals on net?
I think we had a lot to prove this week after the second game last week, and everyone was fired up to get on the ice, and a couple of new line combinations and a couple injuries, and we just went out there and battled, worked hard, and stuff started going our way.
Coach, how do you feel your special teams did? 6 power play goals, 1 shorty tonight.
Great. That's what we want. We pride ourselves on being a very disciplined team and making teams go to the box because they get frustrated with our speed and our depth and they tire out. And we have to make them pay. We have to make them pay when they take penalties. And tonight we did. Our power play was clicking. Last week it was not. We worked on it a lot this week. We met. We did a lot of film, not just special teams film, but it ended up working out. And that's when you have the kind of talent we can throw out on a power play. You just need one. You just need it to start clicking, and all it is confidence. So, they got the one, and it's kind of steamrolled from there. And it felt like, you know, every time they went to the box, we were going to score. And that's what you need out of your power play.
All right, thanks, guys.